All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to AGWSR High School and Cougar Basketball. I'm Bill Hubner, joined tonight again by Coach James Cope. And we are here to see tournament action between the Gladbrook-Reinbeck Rebels and AGW 53-32 and 48-22. Alyssa Hames with the three-pointer doesn't fall. Ball gets knocked around on the rebound. And Hames drives again, can't get it to roll, and that one
No, we talked about that, Coach. The Cougars did win both the first two matchups, but they were close through three quarters, and the Cougars ended up pulling away in the fourth.
And Gladbrook-Reinbeck with the ball. Working the ball around the perimeter. Cougars in a 2-3 zone. And force the turnover. Shot doesn't go, and Gladbrook-Reinbeck comes out with the ball. Sorry, Cool with the ball at the top of the key. And Alyssa Hames gets fouled by Katie Clark. Clark with the shot attempt wouldn't fall.
And that is the first foul, Coach, on Clark. First one on the Rebels.
And the Cougars turn the ball over. And that was Clark with the shot attempt. Doesn't fall. Jump ball is going to be called for
arrow to the Cougars.
The Cougars. Folks, we're glad you could join us on tonight's live stream of tournament action basketball. Cougars find themselves down 1-0 in the early going. McKenna Cooper, three-point basket.
She has had the three-point stroke down the last 3 or 4 ball games.
She's been shooting it with a lot of confidence. And foul going to be called. Looks like it's going to go against Gladbrook-Reinbeck.
That's the first foul on Cooley. Bryn Smith into the game for Kensley Hooger for the Cougars.
Both teams playing zone defenses. Bryn Smith entered the lineup. And Hames can't get the bank shot to go. Grace Finger with the rebound, puts it back up for the basket. Full court pressure now by the Cougars. And Finger able to save the ball. Bryn Smith picks it up. She's going to get the layup. And a quick timeout.
Timeout, Rebels. Speaking of a timeout, take care of some paperwork. Tonight the sponsorship was paid by Greenbelt Bank and Trust, so we appreciate that. Our other sponsors throughout the season, the Hairmeister by Adrian Hoffmeister, Zach Aldridge Trucking, Shipper Home Construction, and Eiton Family Farms, LLC. And then our public service announcements from the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. Students involved in educational activities often have many healthier behaviors leading to better physical and mental health. The Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union and National Federation of State High School Associations thanks you for your support of student athletes across Iowa.
Cougars back into the full court pressure. Easily broken that time by the Rebels. Three-point shot does not fall. Alyssa Hames pulls down the rebound. And Cooper gets the ball up top. Skip over to Hames from Bryn Smith. Hames lines it up, can't get it to go, and rebound down to number 24, Megan Cooley for GR. And Morgan Baker comes up with the steal, Coach.
Big play.
Finger can't get the shot to fall. Rebound again to Cooley. They push the ball up the floor. Pass goes awry, and Cougar basketball.
All right, into the game for the Rebels. Number 12, Wyatt, and 3, Ellenberger. And Hoosier back into the game for Baker.
You know, Coach, earlier in the year when these two teams met here in Ackley, Gladbrook-Reinbeck did not have a full complement of players, had some injuries and illness issues, and so it'll be interesting to see how that affects the outcome tonight.
And I think in Gladbrook, I know the Olsen girl didn't play, so I don't know if they had a full complement that night either, but I think it was a different complement of players than what they had at the game in Ackley.
Bryn Smith is going to get called for the foul on the offensive rebound, went over the back, climbed on top, got called for the push. Cougars in 2-2-1, full court pressure. Long skip pass over the top. And GR did a nice job breaking the press. Game is being played at quite a quick pace, more so than what we're maybe used to seeing out of the Cougars. And Alyssa Hames with the pass from McKenna Cooper. Cooper leads the Cougars with assists, and Cooper gets the steal back into Hames. Hames with another made basket.
Another timeout from the Rebels.
And a second timeout as the game kind of feels like it might be getting away from GR here in the first quarter. 11-1 lead for the Cougars.
So sponsors again. Again tonight, sole sponsors Greenbelt Bank and Trust, but throughout the season are live streaming. Brought to you by Maggie Allen Photography, Blythe Charitable Fund, Seatsma Funeral Home, and Forgy Electric. Not only do individual students benefit from education-based activities, schools and communities benefit when more students are involved in co-curricular activities. The Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union and National Federation of State High School Associations thanks you for your support of student athletes across Iowa. Just paying the bills, folks.
Hames with the ball, over to Bryn Smith. Smith skips it across to Cooper, back up to Hames. Down into the corner, Hoosier. Gets it into Finger. And ball goes off of Finger's hands. Hames chases it down. And Cooper with another three-point attempt. That one's going to be long. Hoosier with the rebound. Can't get the putback to go. And rebound to number 12. That is Ava Wyatt. Hames pulls down the rebound to the missed shot. Ball gets entered into Finger. Finger back out to Cooper. Back into Finger. She kind of got herself stuck in a corner. Tried to kick it out to Brent Smith on the opposite block, but Finger going to be called for the third team foul.
I called that on Hoosier.
Actually, I called that on Hoosier. Okay.
That's interesting because I don't think she was near the play.
44-24.
That's going to be on Grace, though.
That's the fourth team foul on AGWSR, and Fingers first. And that will bring Ava Olson into the ball game for AGWSR.
Who went to the bench, Coach? Finger did. Okay.
And with under a minute to play here in the first quarter, 10-point lead for the Cougars. You know, we've seen this several times this year, though, Coach, where AGWSR gets out to a big lead. That basket by Mahala Olson, she has all 3 points for the right
free through and that layup.
But we've seen this where AGWSR has jumped out to an early lead. Other team's coach takes a timeout. Things kind of settle down. Cooper can't get the 3 to go. Baker hauls in the long rebound.
And then they close the gap.
And Hames drives, shoots, gets fouled, and she will shoot 2 free throws. And number 12,
Ava Wyatt,
gets called for the foul, her first, team's third. And Hames can't get the free throw to fall.
She is a 65% free throw shooter on the season, Coach. I added a couple columns to the stat sheet.
The consummate professional, James Cope. And Hames gets the second one to go. Press on. 3, 2, 1. Basket doesn't go. And AGWSR goes into the quarter break with a 12-3 advantage.
All right. Again, tonight's broadcast, folks, is brought to you by Greenbelt Bank and Trust. We do thank our year-long sponsors, though, H&H Construction, Farm Bureau Financial Services, that's Barry and Tammy Hoffmeister, Yarrow Avenue Collection, and Aibling Insurance Services, that's Jeff Frazier and his team. And now another public service announcement from the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. The Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union reminds you to practice good sportsmanship at all times, to support your athlete and team positively, and enjoy the game. So, folks, your TV has done nothing to you, so please don't yell at it or throw anything at it at home if you're upset about a call.
Be a sport.
Yes.
All right, at the start of the second quarter, AGWSR are going to go with Smith, Cooper, Hames, Morgan, and Finger.
Starting 5, I believe. And I think the Rebels have their starting 5 out.
And that was almost a turnover. Loose ball, scramble, and ends up in a made basket
by Katie Clark.
Number 10. And looks missed layup on the fast break, but the follow will not go. Foul is going to be called. Looks like there was a defensive adjustment there at the quarter by Gladbrook-Reinbeck. Not sure if they're in a 1-3-1 or if they are in a diamond in one, Coach, but they certainly had a face guard on Hames.
And now they have Finger for their third foul, so they must have corrected that one that they gave to Hoosier. So I'm assuming Hoosier has one now.
And Finger goes to the bench with her third foul. And number 5, Mahala Olson,
1 for 2.
Knocked that one down, and it's a 6-point advantage for AGWSR. Bryn Smith pulls up for three and knocks that one down. Cougars continuing in their 2-2-1 full court pressure. And a quick shot on the other end doesn't go. Hoosier hauled down the rebound.
No, and they were open. It's a good
they did
shot
a nice
to
job
take.
breaking the press. You get on the backside of that 2-2-1. Layups can happen if you move quickly. And Bryn Smith is going to be fouled on the shot attempt. Gladbrook-Reinbeck's head coach asking for the jump ball call.
And I will agree with the Rebel fans there, Coach. It looked pretty clean.
Either way, Bryn Smith at the line hits the first one. And that foul was called on number 5, Mahela Olsen. It was her first.
And it's a small sample size for Bryn at the free throw line, but she's 25% on the season.
And can't get that one to go. Three-point attempt is long. Hoosier hauls down the rebound, and Hames will bring the ball back up the floor. And number 14, Sorry Cool with the basket.
It's like a box and one on Hames now, Coach.
Yep, finally got some spacing to see what we had, and it's a box and one. Not an uncommon defense here the latter half of the season. And that's the shot they need to fall if they're going to bring him out of it. Cooper misses her second shot, and a foul called late. Two-shot foul called. McKenna Cooper to the free throw line.
That was a late call. McKenna shoots free throws at a 56% clip.
Knocks down that one. And she raises her free throw percentage, Coach, hitting both of those. Several missed shots down on that end. Lots of offensive rebounds, but nothing going for Gladbrook-Reinbeck. And Cooper with the ball up top, over to Bryn Smith. Turnover by the Cougars, and number 10, that is Katie Clark, misses. Ball goes out of bounds.
But you definitely want to shore that up on defense if you're the Cougars, because I'm guessing at some point the Rebels aren't going to miss those.
In the first quarter, AGWSR was winning the transition game, beating the Cougars down the floor, or beating the Rebels down the floor. Cooper long on the three-point attempt, but here in the second quarter, Gladbrook-Reinbeck kind of controlling the pace, getting the shots they want. They just haven't got many of them to fall yet. And ball gets knocked out of bounds, and Coach Gann going to take a timeout for the Cougars.
Tonight we thank Greenbelt Bank and Trust again for their sponsorship of the broadcast tonight. And throughout the season, we've been able to thank People Savings Bank, Ackley Chiropractic Clinic, Hill Seed LLC, and R.D. Alderts Trucking, Randy and Deb Alderts. Another public service announcement. The Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union thanks you for your support of your local team and student athletes. Statistics show that participation in athletics leads to better performance in the classroom and enhanced leadership skills. Thank you for making a difference in the lives of the young women in Iowa. And we mentioned that in the North Butler game, Coach. Most coaches notice that, during the season when the kids are involved in athletics, they're watching their grades closer, getting better grades. I mean, the really exceptional student athletes do it year round, but all the athletes watch their grades because they want to participate.
And you can tell it's tournament time in Iowa, Coach. The officials not calling much in the way of fouls under the basket.
And it's making the fans rather raucous.
And Gladbrook-Reinbeck continuing to put themselves in position to make a run. Just got to knock down some shots.
Yeah, and they've had some open looks. They just had unfriendly rims.
And they get one to fall there, number 14. That is Cool. 8-point advantage for the Cougars. McKenna Cooper has the ball up top. She gets it down to Hoosier, gets it out to Smith, over to Cooper. The spacing getting a little off for the Cougars on the offensive end. Again, the box and one just causing issues for AGWSR.
Olsen into the game for Hoosier. And I believe 3, and was it 5 came into the game?
I believe so, Coach.
So 3 is Ellenberger and 5 is Olsen.
And the Cougars back into their 2-3 zone. Three-point basket doesn't fall. Hames with the rebound. Hames leads AGWSR with a 19-point average. Cooper with the layup. When Hames has trouble getting on track offensively, the Cougars struggle.
Yeah, for sure when we don't have that second or third shooter step up and get big points. Now Cooper's got 7, but even though she's struggling getting shots, Hames has only got 5 points, but she already has 7 boards.
Unforced turnover there by Gladbrook-Reinbeck, and Hames will bring the ball down the floor. And Gladbrook-Reinbeck with the rebound on the missed shot. Jump ball going to be called on the rebound of the missed shot.
Arrows to the Cougars.
Both teams struggling a bit right now, Coach, with just getting any kind of flow to what they're doing.
Well, and even in that box and one, the Rebels have really got the lane packed in, really. So we can't drive like we like to. And then Hames is, guarded.
Going to have to hit some outside shots against it. Well, you can attack the elbows a little bit, the short corner, but going to have to do some things to stretch that out. And 30 seconds to go in the half. Gladbrook-Reinbeck finds themselves down 10 to AGWSR. Skip pass across the court. hits the jumper from the top of the key, cuts it down to a 7-point lead, 7 seconds to go in the half. Bryn Smith from the corner for three doesn't fall, and McKenna Cooper can't get that one off quick enough. So going into the half, it's AGWSR 20 and Gladbrook-Reinbeck 13.
Let's see. Statistics at halftime. Alyssa Hames with 5 points. Bryn Smith with, oh, that one's a three-pointer, 6 points. McKenna Cooper has 7. And Grace Finger has 2 points, but the story for Grace in the first half was her 3 fouls. For the Rebels, Olsen has 4 points. Cooley has 7. And Katie Clark has 2 points. And I believe that gets us to 20-13.
Low scoring affair here. Not a lot of points scored in that second quarter as both teams struggled to find the basket. Busy week for AGWSR athletics this week. We have girls tournament basketball this evening. The boys play again on Thursday night against West Fork
in Sheffield.
And on Saturday, Kate Nabis wrestling down at the state tournament as a state qualifier for the Cougars.
Yeah, and Caden could wrestle Thursday, Friday, or Saturday, depending on how well he does. And right now, the Cougar girls and the Rebel girls are trying to advance to Friday night, where the winner of our game will play the winner of Clarksville versus BCL-UW in Clarksville. Clarksville must be the 2 seed in our bracket.
Yep.
And Clarksville, so the highest seed in our half of the bracket, but the 2 seed in our sub-state or regional, whatever they call
regional
it. Regional
semifinal.
And Clarksville is 13-8 going into tonight, and BCL-UW has a 13-9 record. So
evenly matched ball clubs for a while. And on the other side of the bracket for the girls looms Bishop Garrigan.
Yeah, Bishop Garrigan's playing Northwood Kensett tonight. That's Garrigan at 20-1 against Northwood Kensett at 6-14. And then they will play at Garrigan on Friday night also against either Newman Catholic, who comes in at 12-10, and Waterloo Christian, who is 13-8. And that game tonight is at Mason City Newman.
All right, so there you have it, folks. Lots and lots of basketball action happening across the state over the next few days. We're going to take a short break here during halftime, and we will see
like that, though.
Yeah.
All right.
Here we go.
And we're back, folks. Again, thank you to Greenbelt Bank and Trust. They're on our sponsors list throughout the season, but they sponsored tonight. But we don't want to forget about our season-long sponsors either. So a shout-out to Williams Underground Services, GNB Bank, TLB Services, Terry and Diane Babcock, Pine Lake Corn Processors, that's the PLCP LLLP, and Innovative Ag Services, and our one anonymous donor, who we do not know who you are, but thank you. And then another public service announcement as we're 30 seconds away. The Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union is proud to champion the Iowa Girl. Thank you for joining us to support young women in athletics and ensuring that they continue to walk down every main street in every town with their with their head held just as high as every boy.
And to start the second half, Bryn Smith, McKenna Cooper, Alyssa Hames, Morgan Baker, and Grace Finger on the floor. Quick attack to the basket by GR on the baseline penetration. Shot does not fall.
Alyssa Hames with rebound number 8. She was 2 rebounds short of a double-double the last time they played. And tonight it's the points.
And Bryn Smith gets called for the double dribble. I think Bryn knew she double dribbled before the officials decided she double dribbled, because she stopped and started laughing, and then the official blew the whistle.
Sometimes you can sneak it by if you just can have a poker face.
That's right. Nice screen action at the top. Shot doesn't fall. Putback doesn't go. McKenna Cooper comes out with it for AGWSR. And looks like we're going to continue in the Diamond and One versus Hames. And Alyssa goes and stands in the corner. And we get a 3-second call against the Cougars.
I know the GR crowd's been yelling for that the whole first half, so I don't know if they got Grace or Baker on it, but
didn't see which one he pointed at. You know, we joke a little bit about the public service announcements from the Girls Athletic Union coach, but our unique situation here in Iowa with having separate associations for the girls and the boys, the one thing the Girls Union does better than any organization in the country is promote and support girls athletics.
Yeah, they do a great job.
And if you ever get a chance to see how they put on a state tournament and how the kids are treated, both during the games and off the floor and all those things, it's really pretty impressive. Nice offensive series there for the Cougars. Hames gets the assist from Cooper, and she scores her 7th point of the night.
And I will say, too, to pile on that is the Girls Athletic Union have kept all of the state tournament games and stuff easily accessible for the Iowa viewing public, which they definitely do better than other associations.
Ball gets knocked out of bounds, and they give it to AGWSR, and Gladbrook-Reinbeck coach not sure that he agrees with that one.
He's walked away from the officials a few times tonight,
well, Coach,
which is good. It's better than saying something and getting a technical.
Tournament time, emotions are a little bit higher.
Yeah, you got a winner, you go home.
Skip to Cooper. That's the shot that's got to fall for the Cougars to have success. Hames hauls down the rebound. And Morgan Baker overthrows Bryn Smith. There's an over and back call. Cougars continuing to play their zone.
And that doesn't happen very often.
Oh. And in an interesting bid to help protect Finger in her foul trouble, Grace Finger playing at the top of the zone, but they just gave up the baseline drive for the bucket to number 5. That's Olsen. And Coach Gann, I believe, is going to take a timeout to discuss the situation here for the Cougars.
Another public service announcement. Students who compete in high school activity programs have better educational outcomes, including higher grades, higher achievement test scores, and higher educational expectations beyond high school. The Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union and National Federation of State High School Associations thanks you for your support of student athletes across Iowa.
Not a lot of scoring here in the first 3.5 minutes of the second half.
Third quarter, coach, is 2-2.
And ball gets knocked out of bounds by Gladbrook-Reinbeck. Will stay with AGWSR.
Now I'm assuming we can attribute some of these batted balls because there's been quite a few both ways to familiarity between the two teams.
Conference opponents played each other a couple times throughout the year.
Know the offenses, know the defenses.
Not a lot of secrets at this time of the year. Shot won't fall for Cool. Cooper with the ball down to Bryn Smith. And nice ball movement. Gets the ball into Grace Finger. She gets fouled.
I think by Olsen. If that's the case, it'll be her second.
It is indeed on Olsen, and Finger will go to the line to shoot 2.
Grace is a 61% free throw shooter on the season.
Knocks down the first one.
12 into the game for the Rebels, Wyatt, and number 3, Ellenberger.
And knocks down the free throw, giving the Cougars a 9-point advantage. Bryn Smith with the steal. And shot gets blocked. And shot goes out of bounds. Going to stay with GR.
Hooger into the game for Smith for the Cougars.
Two-point bucket good for number 14, Sori Cool.
I believe she's the leading scorer for the Rebels so far in the game with 9.
On the season, Katie Clark leads the Gladbrook-Reinbeck Rebels in scoring with a 9.6 average.
They're still boxing and one and Alyssa, but looks like the defender's getting a little tired.
The pressure's not quite as tight on her as it was.
And it would be hard to follow Alyssa around for an entire ball game. I would not wish that on anybody.
And ball goes off the fingertips of Morgan Baker out of bounds. Seven-point lead for AGWSR with 1:43 to go in the third period.
And it really has been 7 or 10, anywhere in between there ever since the Cougars got up 11-1.
Gladbrook-Reinbeck took a 1-0 lead at the start of the game, and
Cougar basketball.
Jump ball called.
Rebels wanted a foul.
And since the Rebels had that 1-0 lead, AGWSR has led the rest of the way. Finger turns the ball over. They're letting a lot of contact go underneath the basket on both ends here, Coach.
Yeah, and I think that's to the frustration of some of the players and the fans on either side.
And that shot goes for Emma McClintock. And it's a 5-point ball game.
They have switched the defender on Hames. The coach must have seen, too, that the pressure wasn't what it was at the beginning of the quarter.
And Finger underneath with a nice assist from Cooper. Ball knocked out of bounds with 1.9 seconds to go.
Smith into the ball game for Finger. To Grace's credit, she got through the third quarter without picking up her fourth foul.
Shot up at the buzzer, doesn't go, gets partially blocked. And with a quarter to go, AGWSR 26, Gladbrook-Reinbeck 19.
Yeah, and the third quarter was a 6-6 tie. All right, well, thank you to Greenbelt Bank and Trust. They're our sponsors tonight. And here's another public service announcement. Co-curricular activity programs promote positive youth development and pride and provide opportunities for learning a number of life skills and values not typically taught in classroom education, which I think every coach would agree to that. And it continues. The Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union and National Federation of State and High School Associations, thank you for your support of student athletes across Iowa.
It's been a low-scoring contest. 26-19 with the final frame left to go here. AGWSR will go with Bryn Smith, Olivia Hoosier,
Cooper, Hames, and Baker.
Kinsley Hoosier, sorry.
Yeah, Olivia's her older sister.
Yes.
And she sang the national anthem very well with Rachel Hout.
I think I've called her Olivia a couple of times this evening. I apologize.
Teacher's curse, Coach.
Offensive rebound won't go. Now Hames can't handle the rebound. Given enough opportunities, and number 24, Megan Cooley, knocks that one down.
Down to 5.
Kinsley Hoosier with the ball. Gets it over to Bryn Smith. Down to Cooper. Back up to Hoosier. They get it into Hames in the lane. She gets knocked to the ground. No foul called.
Finger into the ball game for Hoosier. And Cooper really hasn't tried those three-point shots since she's missed a couple in a row.
No.
But we might need her to take a few more, whether they go in or not.
Shots in the lane are tough to come by right now for the Cougars. Cougars have been in there 2-3 the entire ball game. And
the Rebels call another timeout. Sponsors tonight, again, Greenbelt Bank and Trust. Sole sponsor for tonight. Throughout the season, we thank the Hairmeister, Adrian Hoffmeister, Zach Aldrich's Trucking, Shipper Home Construction, Iten Family Farms, LLC, Maggie Allen Photography, the Blythe Charitable Fund, Seatsama Funeral Home, Forgy Electric, H&H Construction Incorporated, and Farm Bureau Financial Services. Try to give everybody 2 shout-outs in this game, so I better pick up the pace in the fourth quarter, Coach.
But well, our time has been spent on public service announcements from the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union.
And they're all, and those public service announcements say a lot of really good things too. But post-game brings more announcements, more people to recognize. And we're just grateful that they let us do the live streaming.
Thanks to the wonderful people at Greenbelt Bank and Trust, who are sponsoring this broadcast. And Morgan Baker is going to get called for the foul, and number 24, sophomore Megan Cooley, will step to the line.
.62% free throw shooter on the season.
Knocks down the first one. And gets the second one. And Coach, we have a 3-point ball game.
And we have not scored in a while.
We've had 6 points since the halftime break. Not enough Cougars looking for shots. Finger can't get that one to go. Can't get the rebound. And Coach Gann was unhappy with the call there. There's no doubt that here in the second half, Gladbrook-Reinbeck has made a decided effort to get the ball inside. They have a height advantage, and they've just kind of whittled away at the lead. Cooper short on the three-point attempt. And with a 3-point lead, AGWSR finds themselves on defense. Three-point attempt doesn't go. Rebound made. And foul's going to be called on McKenna Cooper. And number 10, that is Katie Clark, goes to the line with a chance to get the Rebels within one. Misses the first. Leading scorer for Gladbrook-Reinbeck on the season, but she has been held to 2 points thus far.
And she's a 53% free throw shooter.
And it held true there. She missed first, got the second.
And it's down to 2. But I would say both offenses, they're not really looking for any quick shot.
Good ball movement from the Cougars. They don't get the shot to call, and Grace Finger is going to get called for her 4th foul of the night. 4 minutes and 11 seconds to go, a 2-point lead. And Coach Gann makes a decision to leave Finger in the ball game.
That is Hames' 10th rebound.
Finger can't get that one to go. And Finger turns the ball over on the rebound. And Grace is going to go have a seat. And Kensley Hoosier in the ball game. It only took me 3/4 of the game to get it figured out tonight. Apologize.
Hey, last name is key. Somebody from the family's getting credit.
Just remember, folks, we're all just volunteers. Hames with the block shot. Fans from both sides are yelling coach at the officials. They must be doing a fine job. Everyone is equally perturbed.
There's a foul on every play depending on which side you're sitting on.
That shot gets blocked. Smith picks up the loose ball, gets it to Cooper. Cooper can't get the shot to go. Hames with the rebound. She puts it back up, and she is fouled.
Half the crowd's happy, half's upset every play. Hames, 65% free throw shooter on the season.
McClintock gets called for that foul. It's her first. Coach Hames hits the first free throw. Only been 5 team fouls called total here in the second half. It has been a physical ball game.
It has. That's the Cougars' first points in the fourth quarter.
3-point lead, and now up to 4. 28-24 advantage for AGWSR.
So we for sure went at least 5 minutes without a scored basket, and we still don't have a basket. It's just been free throws.
And Bryn Smith comes up with the loose ball, drives up, can't get the layup to go, gets her own rebound, pulls it out, and Coach Gann calls a timeout. 2.5 minutes left to play in the ball game. AGWSR 28 and Gladbrook-Reinbeck 24.
Sponsors. And again, folks, I hope you've heard us say thank you because we appreciate it. Greenbelt Bank and Trust is the sponsor for the broadcast tonight, but throughout the season, Yarrow Avenue Collection, Iveling Insurance Services, People Savings Bank, Ackley Chiropractic Clinic, Hill Seed LLC, RD Aldrich Trucking, Williams Underground Services, GNB Bank, TLB Services, PLCP LLLP, Innovative Ag Services, and our anonymous donor. Thank you all for making viewership happen in a season where there were a lot of restrictions. And providing equipment for live streaming that I'm guessing is here to stay.
I would guess so, Coach. Right now, 152 of you out there watching the ball game. Thanks for tuning in. And ball goes into Finger. And she gets fouled, knocked to the floor, and she will shoot 2.
It's fun to watch the crowd when you're broadcasting and you try not to be invested. And I'm not talking about either crowd tonight, just reactions.
Finger misses first one. Cool is called for that foul, her second on the evening.
Grace is 2 of 3 so far on the night. 61% on the season.
Knocks down the second one, giving AGWSR a 5-point advantage with 2:20 to play. There's a lot of basketball left in this ball game. And foul going to be called. And that was called on Bryn Smith, her second.
That sounded clean. You didn't hear that clear slap, but it is getting noisy.
3-point attempt won't go. Ball saved back in bounds, comes up to the hands of Grace Finger. Finger wisely decides to pull that out, but she gets fouled. That's only the 4th team foul for Gladbrook-Reinbeck.
And except for Grace Finger, there's no girl really in foul trouble on either team.
And McKenna Cooper has the ball. And the block is called as Cooper gets knocked to the ground.
Now that is the 3rd on Cooley.
Foul is going to be called on number 14. That is Cool, and her 3rd, team 6th. Though from here on out, Coach, the Cougars will shoot free throws.
Yeah, and I jinxed the foul comment, so as soon as I said that, 2 Rebels end up with 3 fouls.
And there's a nice play and steal, but the layup won't go for 24. That was Megan Cooley, missed the layup, and number 14, Sorry Cool, charged with the foul on the rebound. That's her 4th, and Alyssa Hames going to go to the free throw line to shoot free throws.
Nobody matter about that miss in Cooley. You could see she was mad at herself.
Hames drops the first one, gives a 6-point lead to AGWSR.
She's got 4 out of 5 on the night, a double-double now that she's reached 10 points because she's got 12 boards.
Second one falls, and
we'll see if this holds up, but like we talked about earlier, Coach, the games were very tight. Hard fought between the Rebels and the Cougars throughout the regular season. And then it seemed in the 4th quarter the Cougars were able to pull away. Now that was to much larger margins than tonight so far, and there's a lot of time left. So we'll have to see if the Cougars can pull away here in the next 124.
You know, in the second half, Coach, the Cougars have scored 11 points since the break, and most of those have come from the free throw line. I don't think there's been a whole lot of made buckets by AGWSR.
They have 7 free throws made out of 8 attempted and 2 shots from the field. So 7 to 4 free throws. So it's a good thing we're making them so far. I'm knocking on wood, Cougar fans.
And that was the table you heard Coach knocking on. It was not his head. So
both hard, but one doesn't hurt near as much.
All right.
Cougars are pressing again for the first time in a while.
Yep, extending it to the full court.
Oh, they don't. Coach Gann didn't want them to press.
Nice ball movement. Can't get the shot to drop, and Finger pulls down the rebound. And a quick foul called.
And that's on Olsen. That's her third, I believe.
Cooper will go to the line,
where she shoots 56% on the season. So far tonight, she's 2 of 2.
Has 7 points on the evening. That will give her 8. Story of the ball game, coach, here in the fourth quarter. Free throws strongly in favor of the Cougars, and Haynes chases down the rebound. That was a big rebound right there.
And number 13.
And Bryn Smith is fouled
by Katie Clark. I've got that as her second. Bryn again, small sample size. She's 1 of 2 tonight, 25% on the season.
And calls the bank.
Sponsored by Greenbelt Bank and Trust. There's your bank of the night.
9-point advantage. And knocks them both down. Lead stretches to 10 for AGWSR. Nice drop step underneath Megan Cooley with the bucket, and a timeout called. 27.8 seconds, let's be accurate here, left in the ball game. 8-point lead for AGWSR. Gladbrook-Reinbeck calls timeout.
Yeah, so far, Coach, the Cougars have made 14 of 18 from the free throw line. And so that's almost half their points. So it's a good night to be on from the charity stripe.
Neither team has been able to do much offensively. Lots of missed baskets and tough offensive possessions. Some of that can be equated to the strong physical defensive play, but has not been an offensive display here in Ackley.
No, the offense looked a lot smoother against North Butler, but that's a team we haven't played twice.
Full court man-to-man pressure applied, and foul's going to be called.
Fourth on Olsen.
And Cooper will go to the line to shoot 2.
McKenna is 3 of 4 on the night.
The rate things are going, Coach, we're going to be in for a long 25 seconds here of game time. Cougar lead back up to 10. Shot doesn't fall for Cooley.
Not the one the coach wanted to foul, and I saw a coach say, we don't want to foul anymore.
Yeah.
Second on McClintock, I believe.
Haynes will go to the line to shoot 2 with 9.7 to go.
5 of 6 so far on the night.
Lower scoring night for Haynes, due in part to the diamond and 1 put on by GR early in the ball game.
But, you know, didn't score a lot, but 13 boards.
And knocks those down. 11-point advantage for AGWSR. And that is the ball game. 12-point victory, number 3 over Gladbrook-Reinbeck tonight on the season. AGWSR will advance to the next round, where they will face the winner of
Clarksville BCLUW.
Clarksville BCLUW. That game will be played in Clarksville. Opponent to be determined yet.
Was that 27-25 so far?
Sounded
Comets?
like it. The Comets were ahead. I was going to get on Varsity Bound here to see if I could find a score.
I would just like to say before our viewing base leaves, I'm sure Bill would agree with me, but for two people that have never done this before, thank you for all the compliments you've given us as we've broadcasted throughout the season. But this is the last game tonight, folks, in Cougar Gymnasium for the 2020-2021 season. And we, thank you for your support and for all you do for our school district and our athletes and students. Final stats, these are the unofficial stats. I've got Alyssa Hames for 13 and 13. Bryn Smith for 8 and 3. Kensley Hooger had 4 boards. McKenna Cooper had 10 and 4. Morgan Baker 2 boards. And Grace Finger 7 and 6. Grace hampered most of the first half with 3 fouls. And biggest thing for the Cougars tonight is they were 18 of 22 from the free throw line. For the Rebels, hard-fought loss. They've played the Cougars tough 3 times now. Unfortunately for them, all on the losing end of the stick, but nothing to be ashamed of for the Rebel fans. Olsen had 6 and 5. I have Katie Clark for 3 and 4. Ava Wyatt had a rebound. How were we pronouncing her name, Coach?
Cool.
Had 9 points. McClintock was 2 and 2. 2 boards, 2 points. And Cooley I had for 6 points and 6 boards.
All right, folks, the HWSR Cougars 38, Gladbrook-Reinbeck Rebels 26. As Coach Cope has said, we have thoroughly enjoyed providing the commentary on our ball games this year. Enjoy supporting our kids any way we can. But we certainly hope that the times we are in will soon be passing, and that we can get people back in the gym, fill this place up, and hopefully see you all live and in person next year. If not, we'll probably be back as the voices of the Cougars. I'm Bill Hubner. He's James Cope. Thank you for